What's up, y'all? This is going to be a collective reading for the month of November. This is an all signs reading, so it don't matter what your sign is. This is just a reading for the collective. This is the general energy that we're all tapping into and working through at this time. And this is a general reading, so take what resonates. What is our surface energy for the month of November for the collective? Queen of Wands in reverse. And on the bottom of the deck, we have Five of Wands. Wands energy is all about passion, creativity, inspiration. It's also connected to our nurturement, our more like, it gives me like a mother type of energy. And don't associate that to gender or nothing, but it's that feeling of kind of feeling protective and wanting to nurture and care. It's a tenderness. So with the Five of Wands being on the bottom, I feel like what's being stirred up is some sort of internal back and forth conflict in us at this time. And like I said, it's connected to our creative energy, our inspirations. I feel like there's almost some sort of feeling of stagnancy here with the Queen of Wands in reverse. It's like maybe you're feeling somewhat of a writer's block, so to say, at this time with whatever your creative connections are. You're feeling some sort of resistance or chaotic stirred up energy. It doesn't feel clear. It doesn't feel ultimately in harmony. So let's go deeper with this. The Chariot and Six of Pentacles. There's a trust asked to come through for you, that you are in direct collaboration with the universe and really trusting that all energies are working towards a space of balance naturally. So even though you're feeling a bit chaotic and in this like internal conflict right now, know that it is very intentionally placed in your path at this time. This is the energy's way of working through to a space of balance eventually. And you know, it takes time to get to spaces of balance. It takes a lot of movement, and so it can get all tangled up and move all types of ways until it gets there. But it's asking for a certain trust in the process right now. And that with the Chariot here upright, you're definitely aligned right now. You're definitely tuned in, and the universe is working with you and for you. This is something you can really trust right now. These feelings of inconsistency and restlessness that you may be experiencing, they're not coming from a space of trying to tell you that you're on the wrong path or nothing like that. It's just energy that has to work through you. It's trying to find its balance. We have Six of Swords, so there may be some sort of heaviness on your plate at this time. There may be some weight about you, especially when it comes to the brain, the mind. Swords are of the mind in a space of logic. And this tells me that, yeah, your thoughts could be a little extra heavy right now. And maybe this is coming from, naturally humans, we want to be in a space where we feel in control, we feel grounded. So when we're going through all this internal conflict and all these energies going through us that are all mixed up, working their way towards a space of balance, but they're not there yet by any means. They have to, it's like shit has to get tangled up before it can get untangled. And it requires a certain suspension of just being in this space of uncomfortability. And so, like I said, naturally, we don't want to be there as human beings. So our thoughts start going to all different places and being like, oh, I'm doing something wrong. This is not how it should be. Blah, 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 blah. And through that, they're stirring up all types of like heavy thoughts that aren't serving you at this time. But it doesn't look like it's completely, like this ship is still in movement. You know, we're still headed to our destination, but it's like these thoughts are only slowing us down and creating more resistance and making this venture harder than it needs to be. So as much as you can find awareness in these like negative thought patterns, and like really, just understanding that this process that you're going through is aligned and it's divine and it's for your own good. So don't get so caught up in these negative self-talk patterns and ways of thinking. Ten of Swords. There's a really I got the word abrupt, like there's kind of an abrupt ending happening at this time. And yeah, a cycle is closing out, a cycle is ending here. And know that this is also very much in alignment with the way these energies are trying to move through. Like, I feel like part of the balance is happening. It's going to call for certain energies to be released from your life at this time. And that doesn't make it easier, that the fact that it's natural or that it's aligned, it's still going to be, change is always uncomfortable in some capacity. We grow accustomed to our comfort zone and the familiar and what we're used to. And then change is the only thing that's inevitable. And we have to learn to let go, to release, and make space for the new. But when you don't know what the new is yet, it can be really, really tough to let go of the old. Let's go deeper with this. What are we releasing? Four of Wands, Eight of Cups, King of Wands. So we started the reading with the Queen of Wands in reverse, and then we have the King of Wands here upright. It's interesting because Four of Wands I associate with my 1111 card. It means, first of all, that you're in alignment, you're on the right track. There's a lot of messages of that here so far. So really trust that whatever is coming at you at this time, whatever is asked to be released, like, it's all for your better good. Even if it feels uncomfortable, even if it feels scary, it's all in alignment, and you can trust that it's happening for your highest good. With Four of Wands and Eight of Cups, I feel like there's some sort of, because not only is this my 1111 card, but it's also, to me, a card of like some sort of really divine soul connection. And with the Eight of Cups, it's like a turning away from emotions of some sort, or not giving all your focus and attention to these emotional spaces. King of Wands. And it's really standing out to me that the King of Wands is upright, but the Queen of Wands is in reverse. I feel like there's some sort of natural separation or divide at this time between you and some sort of soul connection. And it feels like this is all, like, when I try to think of the future of this connection, it's very much like, it's not your business, it's not relevant, blah, 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 blah. All you need to know is that right now, like, y'all can't be so active in the physical realm. There's a call to, like, not investing so much into these emotions at this time for whatever reason. And I feel like through reinvesting your energy at this time and really like allowing your energy to be fully invested into detangling and balancing these energies that are really like I said, there's abrupt endings happening right now. There's abrupt releasing happening right now. It could be very tied to this soul connection. There's some layer of this connection or aspect of this connection that is very much being asked to be released at this time and like put into the universe's hands. It's not for yours to control right now. I keep getting like, it ain't your business, like eyes on your own paper type of energy. Like, I definitely want to go deeper into this. I feel like part of like being able to release control over the situation, or like whatever this attachment is to this emotional space. It's like some sort of emotions you've been holding around this that are not really of balance or harmony. But by releasing this at this time, you're going to be able to step into King of Wands, which is like a very powerful, like, it's a very masculine, so very action oriented space over your creativity, your passion, like what really lights you up and fuels you and propels you, what makes you want to wake up every morning and do better and get higher and level up. It's like bringing it into a space of action and really manifesting in the physical realm. The Hermit, Five of Pentacles, Two of Swords in reverse, and on the deck, the World in reverse. So with the Hermit here, I feel like there's an explicit call to really being in, like, making space and time for spiritual solitude at this time, especially with these like deep releases and endings happening and energies that need to move through. They need that space and time where your body is still, where your thoughts are still, where it's just like kind of like an empty vessel to really work through and flow through and harmonize with. It don't mean you have to go like close yourself up for weeks and you're not like interacting with people. It's just more about making that explicit space and time for it on a daily basis. Like, it's really important right now to have that space of stillness for yourself. And it's really standing out to me how the Hermit is following the star, and we have a lot of Wands energy here. Like, there's a really intense focus that is necessary right now on your passions, on your inspirations, on your creative endeavors. They are really guiding you at this time. And followed by the Five of Pentacles, I really feel like that's your like it feels like when there was so much focus on this soul connection and these other, it feels tied to more than just the soul connection. Like, there was focus going in other places in your recent past that was kind of keeping you captive in a kind of a hopeless or like deep yearning or kind of desperate type of space. And I feel like these inspirations, these creative passions are kind of like your guiding light out of this. And it's your support, it's your it's what your internal compass is really guided by at this time. With Two of Swords in reverse and the World in reverse, I feel like there's an explicit call to not leading so much from a space of logic at this time and really surrendering to your subtler senses, letting your intuition guide you moment by moment. It's asking for a certain faith and trust and, yeah, surrender. I feel like the deepest part, because like a lot of this is really transformational energy, but it's giving, like, especially with the World in reverse, I think you've already been through a big transformation of the recent, and this is kind of like, I'm thinking of like when I say leftover tears, like it's like you know when you've like maybe you bawled your eyes out off of something, like you went in deep and you were crying real hard about something, and then like the next day you can still feel like your leftover tears. I don't know why this is how they're explaining it to me, and I'm like, none of them are gonna get it, but you will. So it's like Like the next day you can still feel like that, the leftover tears, the energy left over, the, you know, of how hard you were crying the day before. This is like what's happening with the transformation. Like you went in deep with some sort of transformation and you're still feeling like the remnants of it. You're still feeling the leftover energies that are still transforming. And like with this is like the releasing process. Like this is where the things that it's time to go really have to go, and the time, like the things that are calling for new focus are really being made clear. So you're kind of in the aftermath of this transformation. And yeah, like I said, there's a lot of back and forth happening. I feel like a lot of this is stemmed from these deep attachments that you've had that you don't want to let go of, but you can feel that it's time. Yeah, the Tower, Seven of Swords in reverse and Four of Cups in reverse. The Tower tells me that, you know, like we got the Tower, we got the Ten of Swords. There's like some really serious endings and uprootings happening in your energy at this time. And like I said, I feel like the deepest part of the transformation has already taken place. But this is where we're really realizing, like, oh shit, like, all this has to go. Like, we have to be for real about it now. Like, this has to actually, you know, like, I did this energetic work, but now, like, it's happening. It's carrying out into the 3D, and it's like, I can't stop it. I can't run away from it. I can't numb it. Like, this shit has to go down, and it's time to build new. It's definitely a time of, like, I feel like a big cycle that's ending is connected to the Seven of Swords in reverse. There were habits of thinking that you're leaving behind and outgrowing, and these habits of thinking were very connected to like imposter syndrome type of thoughts, like feeling like you're not capable of something, or you know, the people that see you in good light, they don't actually know you, and like they don't know all the bad things I've done. They don't know that I'm actually not as capable of this and that as they think I am, and blah blah blah. It goes on and on. Or feeling insufficient in like what you're setting out to do. These are all like, you know, all humans are prey to experiencing these type of thoughts. You are not experiencing them because they're true. You feel me? And it's something that has to be shed. It has to be let go of so that we can balance these energies, talk through this talk, walk the walk, and make our shit like come to some space of harmony and balance. So you're learning to recognize these thought patterns and habits as they come up, and making the intention of choosing higher thoughts, choosing different frames of thinkings that you've learned and accumulated, especially through this transformation you've been going through. With Four of Cups we're in reverse, we're also leaving behind where maybe in the past you were really prey to just settling for what was there, what was in front of you, what was offered to you. Any person that gave you attention, you had to take it. Any opportunity that came through, you were like, well, I'm not going to get nothing better, so I'm going to take it. And it's like every time you take those offers that if you had taken a second to really feel for yourself, you would have felt like, this isn't 110% for me. This isn't a duh, hell yes, I want this for me. If you had taken the time to really feel that out, you would have felt like, oh, this isn't the highest, like, this isn't my frequency or higher. And every time you settle for less than your frequency, you're only dropping yourself down or keeping yourself stagnant in the same place. You're really learning these tools of discernment and selectivity. And I feel like on the, like, through what you're releasing, it's like it feels relevant to this soul connection is coming back. It's like I feel like there was a really intense soul connection here that you recognized, you felt on a soul level. And because of that recognition on your end, it was kind of just like a done deal for you. And like, I'm investing into this. I want this. I need this, even. Like, this is for me because it's a soul connection. Like, I feel that inherently. And it caused you to kind of like not be in a space of discerning in each moment, like, is this an equal exchange right now? Is this an equal give and take? Does this feel in alignment with the current moment, with the current lifetime? Like, like, there's a lot more to like, I feel like you're in a space of realizing that just because something is a soul connection, just because I've known this soul for many lifetimes, it don't mean that it's what is best for me right now. And I feel like this is a really intense new lens and perspective that you're finding through this transformation, and it's applying to everything in your life. And by actually moving with this compass and listening to it and not settling for anything that isn't a duh, hell yes, then you're telling the universe, like, I'm ready to level up. Send me higher, send me better, send me what's mine, send me what I deserve, send me what will be even higher than my current frequency so I can get the fuck up and go. King of Cups in reverse. This feels connected to the Eight of Cups, where it's like there's a really deep heart space involved in something here. Maybe it's with this soul connection, and it's of like really intense love and emotions and spaces that in the past you felt like that was all that mattered. Like, if the love is there, if the connection is there, that's all that matters for me to invest all of me into something. And you're learning, like, that's not how this works. Like, that's not the only compass that I need to lead from. And so with the King of Cups, it feels like a very intense and powerful, like, harnessing of emotions, like really acknowledging these emotions, but not being in a space of like vomiting them immediately, or like, just because I feel this, I need to express it. You're really becoming much more discerning and selective of where you express your vulnerability and emotions to a situation. And I feel like I'm getting a really specific message of, don't let this make you feel like type bad about your past versions of yourself where you did express these really intense emotions. I'm getting that was a very specific lesson. There could have been multiple very specific lessons that you were meant to express yourself. You were meant to open your heart center and be fully vulnerable and expressive. And that was that cycle of transformation. That was that cycle of learning how to do that and how to express yourself, and also being that inspiration for others to express themselves too. You are meant to do that, and you are also meant to reap the consequences of that, or whatever didn't go through in a space of balance through that. And now, like I said, it's all naturally moving to a space of balance eventually. It doesn't happen in one lesson. It doesn't happen in one action. So now you're balancing the other side. You've learned to express. You've learned to be vulnerable, to use your throat chakra, and to lead from the space of the cups of deep heart space and emotion. And now the lesson is how to harness this, how to balance it, how to really feel and know that, like, I'm getting the lyric from Kali Uchis where it's like something about like the words I speak are angel dust, like talk like my words are made of angel dust. Talk like my words are made of angel dust. It's like you know that every word you put out, every energy that you express, like it's magic. It's very special, unique, divine, sacred energy. And so you're learning how selective you have to be with this powerful energy, how special it is. It doesn't get to go to just anywhere or just any soul that you've known for lifetimes. Like, it really you're learning to express with intention and discernment. It's really beautiful. All right, I'm gonna get a concluding card with, let's do the Shaman's Dream Oracle deck. What is our concluding message for the collective for the month of November? Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. I just, like, it reminded me of how I said my words are made of angel dust. Dust Devil, moving out of stagnation. I feel like you've been in spaces for quite some time that you've had to have a lot of patience and stillness in, and now you're going through this intense transformation. Things are getting stirred up. I felt that even from, like, it's like the dust is being all the way stirred up, and like I got that from the very beginning with this Five of Wands energy and all this like restless energy that you're kind of in at this time. Like, the dust has not settled just yet. The dust is just now being really stirred up, and you have to pick and choose, like, what are we going to keep, what are we going to release, what are we going to bring in. Like, it's all kind of up in the air right now, and trust the discomfort this may be causing for you at this time. Really do your best to find as much comfort as you can within the discomfort, and trust the process of all this. It's not going to be like this forever. You will get to a space where the dust has settled again. You will get to a space of grounding with all of this. It's going to feel really good. But in the meantime, you have to be in this kind of limbo right now. You have to really work with the energy while it's up in the air, being juggled. And yeah, you're moving yourself up. You're moving levels up. You're moving out of stagnation. I also feel a really I feel like, especially with all the wands energy here, I feel like there's a lot of balance you can find through healing with water at this time. Like, I just got a specific message around that. Like, water will really calm you at this time. Even if it's taking a shower, taking a bath, or if you can go be near a lake or a pond or something like this, the beach even. Like, I'm getting that will have a really good calming effect on some of this really restless energy that you're experiencing at this time. Alright, that's what I have for you, collective, for the month of November. If these messages resonate with you, please like, comment, subscribe. If you're interested in a personal reading, you can send me an email. My email's in the description down below. Namaste. The divine in me bows to the divine in you.